This young man's name is Mo Nan. He was originally an incredibly powerful imperial tutor. However, due to a stroke of bad luck, he lost his life. He was reborn back to his high school days, a time when he was constantly looked down upon. And so, with his cool, decisive style, a fiery temper, peerless martial arts, acting on impulse, and always ready for a fight, he'll often run into arrogant punks and thugs covered in tattoos, and flirtatious high school girls constantly try and tempt him. How will our protagonist handle all of this? How will he sweep through the world to rectify his past wrongs? So let's begin our story. He was once the emperor's imperial tutor, but his achievements overshadowed his lord, leading his beloved disciple, the little emperor, to grow jealous. Finally, on a stormy night, just as he was sitting in his study, contemplating life, the little emperor secretly ambushed him. Faced with this sudden betrayal, he couldn't believe it until his beloved disciple spoke. "Master, rest assured as you journey to the underworld. If I don't kill you today, my throne will never be secure." It was then that Mo Nan finally understood the reason. Just as the little emperor was about to send Mo Nan to his grave with a single strike, a powerful attack was unleashed. What he didn't expect was that even a weakened Mo Nan still held formidable power, and used his last ounce of strength to strike down his wretched disciple. But this only made Mo Nan fall into the trap that the little emperor had already set. He shrieked and collapsed. "The imperial tutor has committed treason. Guards, quick, protect the emperor." By the time the imperial guards arrived at the Great Hall, Mo Nan plotted rebellion, stormed into the Great Hall, and attempted to assassinate the little emperor. He deserves death 10,000 times over. Mo Nan could only sigh in despair. "It seems this time, the little emperor has truly pushed me to my demise." What a truly sinister scheme. Mo Nan ultimately couldn't withstand the siege of the imperial guards. He spat out a mouthful of fresh blood. His body unconsciously fell backward. What he resented most was the repulsive voice of his beloved disciple. "Farewell, master." Thus, a generation's imperial tutor fell in a bloody and tragic manner. But precisely at this moment, the dragon egg within the six-path scroll in the Great Hall suddenly shone brilliantly. The little emperor thought to himself, "Oh no." Regardless of the little emperor's reaction, the stream of light swiftly flew into Mo Nan's body. At this very moment, he felt an immense panic as he saw himself back in his teenage years. Why doesn't it hurt? Am I not dead? It wasn't until he saw himself in the mirror once more that it became clear the person in the mirror was his younger self. He remembered clearly that he had been killed just moments ago. What in the world is going on? Just as Mo Nan was still trying to confirm if he had truly been resurrected, a series of frantic knocks on the door interrupted his thoughts. "Mo Nan, are you even a man anymore? What? Are you hiding in the bathroom trying to smell pretty? Open the door right now. There are barely over 100 days left until the college entrance exam. Do you think acting like this is fair to your family? What the hell? What college entrance exam?" 300 years ago. He felt like tearing his hair out, unable to believe he had been resurrected 300 years into the past. "I'm getting really annoyed standing out here. Mo Nan, if you don't open this door, I'm calling for the staff to break it down." Mo Nan only managed to hear a deafening shout. "Get out of my way." Less than a second later, the girl burst through the door. It wasn't surprising when she immediately pinned Mo Nan to the ground. Seeing the girl currently on top of him, he found her somewhat familiar. "You're the class monitor, right? Su." However, the current position of Mo Nan's arm was quite awkward. Su angrily jumped up and kicked the scoundrel. "Damn it, you rotten pervert. Are you pretending you don't know me?" Su put her hands on her hips and said, "All right, let's forget about that. Let's get to the point. Why the hell didn't you open the door when I was knocking? It's just heartbreak. Do you really need to be so dramatic? And don't tell me you were thinking of killing yourself in the bathroom. What the hell? I'm heartbroken? All right, so I'm heartbroken. But over who?" The class monitor glared and yelled at Mo Nan. "I don't know what's so great about Lin Yutong that you're so infatuated with her." Lin Yutong. Mo Nan suddenly remembered. Oh, so was that bitch. He suddenly felt that something was very wrong here. Oh, don't tell me this place is... Thinking this, he quickly ran to the window to look outside. When he opened the window and saw the scene outside, the Orchid Maiden Hotel, the starting point of all his misfortunes. As Mo Nan looked out the window, he recalled Valentine's Day 300 years ago. Originally, Mo Nan had planned to confess his feelings to Lin Yutong on this romantic day. But instead, he saw her embracing and kissing some random guy. This sudden turn of events traumatized him. Mo Nan was furious. He decided to go into the bathroom to compose himself and sort out his feelings. But ultimately, he couldn't swallow his anger, so he went downstairs to chase after her. His reward was vicious, false accusations. He suddenly became a perverted stalker. Because of this absurd lie, Mo Nan was severely beaten by young Master Zhang. The physical and mental wounds made him lose faith in this wretched life. Even his family's hopes for his college entrance exam results vanished. The path he chose was suicide because he didn't know how to face the future. It was at this very moment that he was saved by his master, Gusien. From then on, he embarked on the path of cultivation. Thinking of this, Emon clenched his fists. If everything hasn't happened yet, this time, being reborn, he must live a glorious life and never be so pathetic again. Susu saw him standing by the window, lost in thought. She asked if Emon was thinking about Lin Yutong. Emon asserted, "I won't miss that wretched person." Susu didn't know what Emon was talking about, but she was glad that he had finally come to his senses. Emon said, "I never expected you to care about me so much, but there's still many things to deal with right now. Let's get out of here quickly." Hearing him say that, her face flushed with embarrassment. "What? Who cares about you? Don't talk rubbish." As they stepped downstairs, they heard a server's frantic scream. Someone's dying in the VIP room. They were frantically calling for medical help. Susu panicked, thinking the hotel was trying to pull a fast one. They must be playing some kind of sick prank, practically killing people. Emonan, naturally not one to meddle, urged Susu to leave quickly. But Susu grabbed Emonan's arm, refusing to let him go. Emonan wanted to avoid trouble and told her not to stick her nose where it didn't belong. Yet Susu pleaded with Emonan to go see if he could help. Even a venerable cultivator had come to watch the commotion. That old man, tearing up, is also a cultivator? Drag along to snoop, he thought to himself. This girl really loves to poke her nose into things. Susu, aren't you done watching yet? The doctors are here. Let's not get in their way. With tear-filled eyes, Susu accused Emonan of being heartless. These poor old folks. So old, yet their love is still so passionate. They even came to celebrate Valentine's Day. And now, to be separated by life and death. Everyone sighed for the elderly couple. Such intense love is truly rare these days. After some frantic attempts to resuscitate, the doctor reluctantly told the old man, "Please, don't grieve too much. We did everything we could, but we couldn't snatch her back from Lord Yama." Emonan pushed through the crowd to get a better look at the old man. Something feels off, because he saw spiritual energy circulating around the old man. He's a cultivator too, but the spiritual energy in him was too weak. He narrowed his eyes. Out of respect for a fellow cultivator, I definitely have to step in and help. Because Emonan saw that the old woman hadn't truly stopped breathing. The doctors were helpless, but from a profound cultivator's perspective, she could still be saved. He resolutely pushed through the crowd and told the old man, "The old woman isn't dead yet." The doctor scoffed at Emonan, "Considering you're just a kid, don't cause trouble here." Emonan paid no mind to these useless doctors. Emonan stepped right up to the bedside. The doctor, still very confident in his diagnosis, quickly shooed Emonan away. Even Susu found Emonan a bit strange today. First he was spouting nonsense. Now he's stirring up trouble. Emonan placed his hand between the old woman's eyebrows. "I've just been revived, so my spiritual energy isn't sufficient. I can only clear her meridians first." Hearing Emonan, the old man, being knowledgeable himself, followed Emonan's instructions. Once Emonan cleared her meridians, the old man realized what kind of demonic cultivation art this was. But he was still relieved that his wife was about to be saved. The doctor stepped forward to warn him. "You shouldn't let your kid act so recklessly. No time to pay attention to this blabbermouth." Emonan was sweating profusely by now. "I used spiritual energy in place of acupuncture. She should have woken up by now. If I don't transmit some true chi to her, it probably won't work. Am I really going to give my first kiss to an old lady? This spiritual energy, it's so difficult to transfer. It can only be done mouth to mouth." At this moment, Emonan's mind was in turmoil, unsure if he should transmit a mouthful of true chi to her. "My first kiss is reserved for the white moonlight I choose." Suddenly, he had an idea. "Wait, I can use silver needles." The old man urged the doctor to quickly fetch the acupuncture needles. The doctor hesitated. What are silver needles going to do in an emergency? The person's already dead. What's the point of stitching up a wound? Just try it. You don't need to overthink it. Emonan took the needles and began acupuncture. His masterful technique astonished the doctor. The old man was no less surprised. So young, yet he can use the Tai divine needles? This young man is truly extraordinary. Feeling embarrassed, the doctor continued to warn the old man. "How can you let a mere boy act so wildly? Letting him do that to a corpse is truly disrespectful." The onlookers agreed with the doctor's opinion. Everyone wondered which high school this student came from. He shouldn't be acting so recklessly here anymore. In reality, Emonan didn't care about their feelings, because he felt her breathing return. But this time, it consumed too much of my spiritual energy. Looks like I need to quickly return and continue cultivating. The old woman slowly stirred and coughed up a mouthful of blood. At this moment, the onlookers were surely stunned into silence for a few seconds. What kind of magic is this? A student saving someone from the clutches of Lord Yama? The doctor was so scared his heart nearly dropped to his feet. How is this possible? How could she be revived? Just one silver needle solved the problem? This is absolutely humiliating for me as a doctor. Nan, still not entirely at ease, told the old man again. She's fine now. She just needs to rest and recover. The old man joyfully embraced the old woman. You're alive. You're finally alive. Seeing him weep for her, she knew the depth of his feelings. Even if I were to pass before you, I would do so without regret. The old man scratched his head and looked at Nan. Young man, I don't know how I can ever repay your immense kindness. From now on, your affairs are the Yin family's affairs. Just tell me if you need anything. Also, I'm truly sorry for dirtying your clothes. Please wait a moment. My daughter will bring you a fresh shirt. Nan felt it was just a shirt, not worth mentioning, so he declined the old man's kind offer. Susu wondered when Nan had acquired such formidable skills. When did you learn Chinese medicine acupuncture? Nan began to brag. Oh, that's nothing. If you want to learn, I'll teach you. Now I need to hurry home and change clothes. As they walked out the door, they ran into a man wearing glasses. The Yin family is conducting business here. Those not involved, please leave quickly. This must be the unluckiest male server I've ever seen. Just moments ago, he'd been slapped so hard his face was crooked. Because just as Nan left the bar, a man with a scarred face walked in. Seeing a customer enter, the server bowed 90 degrees in greeting. Welcome, Shionda, sir. Shionda urgently asked him, where are they? Where did they go? The server, sweating profusely, asked back, what do you mean, where are they? What are you talking about, sir? Idiot. And with that, he received a thunderous slap across the face. The two elderly people from the Yin family. They're the ones in VIP room Moonlight Blossom. That's your idiotic answer. Who else would I slap if not you? The server's eyes were red with resentment, but he still led the way. Yes, sir. Please follow me to VIP room Moonlight Blossom. Meanwhile, Nan had said goodbye to Susu and turned to gaze at the magnificent city. He still couldn't believe he had been revived 300 years in the past and could now reunite with his family. Time to call Grandpa. Once Grandpa picks up, I'm going to completely blow his mind. We just talked last night. Why are you acting like we haven't seen each other in 100 years? To Grandpa, it was just last night. But for me, it really has been 300 years. Grandpa got a strange chill from all that attention. Are you short on cash? He asked. Monin said he'd come visit in a few days. On the other end, Grandpa said everything at home was fine. You've only been gone a few days, and you're already checking in like this? After they finished talking, Monin suddenly remembered how thoughtless he'd been towards them in the past. Now that I've come back in this life, I can't let any regrets happen again. I have to cultivate quickly, or all of this will be wasted. But the spiritual energy in this city is too thin. I'll have to go to the outskirts. He raised his hand to hail a taxi. When he arrived, it was indeed a perfect spot for his cultivation. While not entirely perfect, the spiritual energy here was definitely top-notch. He spread his arms, preparing to absorb the spiritual energy. Suddenly, he felt a dragon's roar resonate within him. Monin had cultivated all night. The next morning, he was about to stretch and relax his muscles. Suddenly, he looked over and saw a girl leaping over a fence. Then he noticed the man in the car behind her seemed to be pointing a gun in her direction. The girl was scared stiff, her face pale with terror, as she ran without daring to look back. But how could a human's speed ever match a bullet's? As Monin watched, unblinking, a bullet ripped through the girl's back. At that moment, the man in black saw Monin too. Without a doubt, he'd want to silence him. Damn it, first thing in the morning, and I'm already tangled up in this mess. As the man in black aimed his gun at Monin, Monin reacted quickly, dropping to the ground and narrowly avoiding the assailant's shot. While he was down, he swiftly snatched up a small stone. Monin hurled the stone at the man in black, his face cold as ice. It struck the man squarely on the head. Struck with such force, the man in black instantly crumpled to the ground. Because in that moment, Monin had used every bit of spiritual energy he possessed. Monin was drenched in sweat. Good thing I cultivated last night. If I hadn't, I'd be dead for sure. He then examined this 6 paths, unseen finger technique. Its power was indeed terrifying, but it drained all his strength in an instant. He looked down to see the beautiful girl, still injured. Why was she being hunted by that man in black? As he helped her up, he saw she was covered in wounds. Could she be an assassin too? Just then, the girl gasped, "Help me." Monin flushed. "I'm just a Euro looking at your chest. I know your wounds. Just your wounds. You've dragged me into this, you know. Ah, well, since you're so pretty, I guess I can't just leave you. Hee. No blood on your chest. Turn around. Let me check your back. Don't overthink it. I'm starting now. The bullet's lodged deep inside. It won't be easy to remove. I'll have to use spiritual energy to push it out from the front. The bullet's out, and the bleeding has stopped. Don't move too much for a while." His task done, he turned his back and walked away. Monin said, "You and I are just strangers. I saved you today, but from now on, you're on your own." Watching his retreating figure, the girl thought to herself, What a strange man. Why didn't he stop his own bleeding? She let out a cold huff, then reached up to touch her chest. Then she thought, you took advantage of me, and you think you can just walk away that easily? Monin had just arrived at the library to find some materials. He hadn't even started looking, but he already knew exactly where the book was. Amazing. He figured this must be the miraculous power of the six-path scroll. Sure enough, the six-path scroll could know everything with just a thought. There was no mistake. Realizing its miraculous ability, he lightly touched the books. Learning like this is absolutely incredible. Just then, he heard someone calling him from behind. He turned around to see none other than Vice Principal Tan. Monin politely greeted her. It's not class time, and your mother and I are such good friends. Just call me Annie, dear. Vice Principal Tan then asked, why are you all alone, dear? Feeling lonely? Isn't Wu Tong supposed to be dating you? Monin was stunned by the question. He quickly replied, how could I possibly be dating her? Hearing Monin's exasperated tone, Vice Principal Tan sighed. That stubborn girl is getting more and more headstrong. I'll call her later and tell her to come home. Monin assumed Vice Principal Tan had come to the library to look for Lin Wu Tong. Who would have thought Vice Principal Tan was actually looking for books to help organize a coming-of-age ceremony for students before their exams? Upon hearing that, Monin thought, so that's why. Monin said, on the 6th row, 4th shelf, books 11 and 12. Those two books have plenty of suitable and meaningful activities for students. The vice principal followed Monin's instructions, and sure enough, he was right. This kid's memory is truly extraordinary. Once she had the materials, she invited Monin to dinner at her house that evening. Though Monin bitterly despised Lin Wu Tong, Annie Tan had treated him like her own son in his previous life. So he agreed. When they arrived, Monin had barely sat down when Lin Wu Tong aggressively confronted him. You tattled on me, and you have the nerve to come to my house for dinner? Monin, of course, had no idea what the hell she was talking about. Lin Wu Tong just assumed Monin was playing dumb. I had plans tonight with Zhao San and some friends to grab a bite and go karaoke. Now look what happened. My mom called me home all because of you, Monin retorted. I didn't ask her to call you. What's so great about going with Zhao San and Zhang Peichun anyway? Vice Principal Tan cut into the conversation. You two, hurry up and eat dinner. Lin Wu Tong turned away and huffed. Mom, I'm not eating. Vice Principal Tan called her back. Whatever it is, we could talk about it tomorrow. Sit down and eat first. But seeing her daughter's mood, she added, after dinner, ask Monin to go with you. Make sure you're back before 10 p.m. Monin had just been trying to refuse. But Lin Wu Tong knew her mother wouldn't be comfortable letting her hang out with her wild friends. Only if Monin was with her would her mom feel at ease. Without another word, she stomped out, dragging Monin with her. By the time they got downstairs, the young master's car was already waiting outside. The moment Monin arrived, the young master immediately started teasing him, calling him a hick. Lin Wu Tong introduced, this is Monin. He's coming with us tonight. Shosha frowned and scoffed. Huh? Isn't this the guy you dumped, who then ran off to cry in the bathroom? Oh my god, you're back. Lin Wu Tong, her face full of disgust, told Shosha, don't talk rubbish. What if Zhang Peichun hears something like that? Another laugh echoed from inside the car. Sister Wu Tong, why bother explaining? Even an idiot can see you wouldn't be with some hick. The young master continued to fan the flames. Oh my, look, you kids are bullying the poor hick so much he's about to cry. Monin's expression remained unchanged. Me crying? If it weren't for Vice Principal Tan, you spoiled brats would be crying like babies after I got through with you. And Monin was about to get in the car when the young master refused him. He said, this car of mine is only for beauties. You take the car behind us. Who knew the car behind him would then complain Monin was too dirty. Oh my god, these second-gen rich kids are driving such beat-up cars, yet they're so showy. I'll walk faster than you guys anyway. What a waste of time. Lin Yu Tong, you guys have fun. I'm not going. If Monin didn't go, she couldn't go either. Because if she was caught, she wouldn't be allowed to go out again. The young master said, if Miss Lin isn't coming, what's the point of going? Fine, let the country bumpkin get in. I guess I'll do a good deed today. He'd barely settled into his seat before he was picked on again. Kid, your taste isn't bad. Going after the prettiest girl among us. I really want to know who gave you that courage. Was it Liang Jingru? Just then, they were on their way to the destination. Monan's phone suddenly lit up. He glanced at it, seeing an unfamiliar number. Who could be calling me? After hanging up, he checked and saw 7 missed calls. So many calls? Could it be someone he knew? It wasn't convenient to talk in the car, so he'd wait until they got off to call back. After getting out, Monan found himself facing a noisy crowd and countless luxury cars. Good heavens, this doesn't look like a birthday party. Isn't this an illegal street race? These rich young masters are really crazy, burning money in a place like this. The young master spread his arms and said, tonight, let's play something exciting. The young master said, the race hasn't started yet. Let's go to the model room and grab some drinks. At this moment, the guy next to him asked, Siego, what kind of model car are you talking about? This model car shop has all kinds. Even the kind that'll break your virginity, kid. Just then, Nan's phone rang again. Hello. The voice on the other end said, Mr. Nan, you finally picked up. Nan noticed the extremely polite tone. Do you remember the old lady you saved at the Orchid Hotel? I'm her son, Yin Longsheng. Last time I came, you'd already left, so I couldn't meet you. I truly wanted to meet you in person to thank you. Also, there's something else. My mother has still been vomiting after you saved her. Would you mind coming to check on her condition? Nan then remembered. Forcing the use of the Tai Divine Needle had saved her life, all right? But without the circulation of true qi, there were indeed some lingering side effects. Nan said, it was my oversight. But don't worry, it's not a big problem. If it's urgent, Qi Bingshan will come pick you up around 10 o'clock. At this moment, the young master sitting in the room was still ridiculing Nan. A poor kid like him, acting all-important like he's worth millions. Hiding outside, talking on the phone for so long. Or is he afraid we'll ask him to pay for the drinks? Huh. Just then, the boss brought over a few bottles of red wine and asked the young master, which prey do you want to catch tonight? While the two were secretly chatting, Nan pushed the door open and walked in. Hey, you poor kid, make sure to drink a lot tonight. This might be the best wine you'll ever taste in your life. Hearing that, the young master pulled out a wad of cash. He slipped a bank card into Xiao Shan's bra. Whether we win tonight depends on how much luck you bring. This young master was getting physically intimate with Xiao Shan. Xiao Shan said, it's too flashy here. How about we go inside the car? But the young master couldn't resist looking at her full, pale breasts. They were getting down to business when something nudged him. Hey kid, don't touch my damn car. If you break anything, can a little punk like you even afford to pay for it? He was standing there, dazed, when he was suddenly yelled at. Damn it, this fat ass really doesn't know when to quit. That's enough, get lost. Just as he was about to retort, the fat man looked over and saw Xiao Shan. Hey beautiful, you'd have more fun with me than with this kid. I can satisfy you in bed or out in the open. After saying that, he smacked Xiao Shan's butt. Smack, smack, smack. This time, the young master couldn't hold back anymore. Damn it, you ruined my fun, and now you dare grope my girlfriend? With that, he slapped the fat man hard across the face. Next, he punched the fat man, who was so scared he had to run away. But still not appeased, he started smashing the fat man's car. This time, the fat man furiously yelled, You dog, you hit me over a girl and trashed my precious car? You're dead meat. Hey fatty, are you blind? Still acting tough. With that, the young master ripped off the fat man's rearview mirror. The two returned to the bar. Huang Mao said, Wow, you finished quickly. Don't tell me you have ED. That'd be a disservice to Xiao Shan. The young master, enraged, slammed the rearview mirror onto the table. ED my ass. I was just about to get intimate with Xiao Shan. Then that damn fatty came out and ruined everything, even daring to smack my girlfriend's butt. Nan said, Xiao Shan is dressed so beautifully today. It wasn't just that fatty looking, everyone was looking. Hearing this compliment, she seemed very pleased and smiled happily. Lin Yutong worried. That rich second gen guy went and hit someone. What if they come back to cause trouble? That would be a huge hassle. Oh my goodness, relax. That car looked ancient, like it was decades old. What rich person would drive something like that? So no need to worry about him causing trouble again. Sometimes our brother even has more money than that guy. No sooner had he finished boasting than a group of people kicked the door open and stormed in. Speak of the devil. So effective, I wonder how much more will come true now. Just a second ago, the young master was arrogant, but now his face was pale, covered in cold sweat. Because the fat man he just hit had brought a few bodyguards with him. In this whole bar, only this young master is so arrogant. Mr. Wang, sir, is this him? Still with a handprint on his face, the fat man confirmed, Yes, it's him. You dare to hit my face, huh? Looks like you're tired of living. Seeing so many people, the young master's hands and feet trembled. At this moment, he wished he had magic to disappear. The fat man confidently said, Oh, scared now, are we? Why the pale face? Weren't you so heroic just now? Not wanting to lose face in front of his girlfriend, he still dared to talk back. You touched my girlfriend, so it was perfectly reasonable for me to hit you. The fat man turned purple with rage after hearing that. You're in my territory, and you still dare to be so insolent. Today, I'll send you straight to meet your ancestors. And Nan, standing beside Lin Yutong, said, Looks like we can't sneak away with the current situation. Although he didn't want to get involved in their messy business, he had promised Aunt Tan to protect Lin Yutong well. Hearing the commotion in the room, the boss opened the door and walked in. Bao, what's wrong? These are all my friends. I apologize on their behalf. It's not that I, old Yang, don't respect you, but today, we all have to listen to our boss Wang. Even as they were still talking, the fat man stepped forward and delivered a thunderous slap to the young master. Seeing her boyfriend get hit, Xiao Shan spoke up. Do you even know who his dad is? How dare you hit him? The boss beside them still lowered his voice, urging old man Wong to calm down. This slap today is minor, easily resolved. But him smashing my car, that's a big deal. This stinking brat even damaged someone else's business vehicle. This is serious now. At this moment, the fat man ordered Bao to see Xiao Shan and put her in the car. Seeing such a serious situation, the boss pleaded desperately. So I told him to mind his own business. This is Brother Two's esteemed guest, after all. The moment they heard that underworld big shot was coming, both of them broke out in a cold sweat. Looks like we're really screwed today, man. Xiao San was so scared, he thought to himself, are we really going to be totally screwed today? Imonen couldn't understand for the life of him why he ever liked Lin Wudong. Seriously, he must have been blind. Because just now, Lin Wudong had stepped forward to shield Xiao San. She warned old man Wong that she'd already called the police, telling him not to cause trouble. What an idiot. Old man Wong only just noticed, oh, so there's another pretty girl here. He then said he'd originally only intended to take Xiao San, but now he'd take both. Perfect. Seeing them about to make a move, Imonen pointed and spoke. I won't say anything about the others, but you're not taking this girl. The atmosphere became incredibly tense. The young master's subordinates broke out in a sweat. Looking at this laborer, doesn't he know he's just asking for death? Lin Wudong hid behind Imonen. Don't be afraid. The police will be here soon. The scar-faced guy burst out laughing. Huh, pretty brave, aren't we? Still playing the hero to save the beauty at a time like this. I'll show you some respect for your righteous words just now. Today, I'll let you live. Imonen replied fearlessly. Then, out of respect for your words just now, I'll also give you a way out. When a group of people surrounded Imonen, intending to beat him, Lin Wudong was so tense she covered her eyes, knowing full well Imonen couldn't win. The guy who lunged forward was instantly sent flying by Imonen's spiritual energy. He couldn't believe this was the strength of a high school student. Giving them no chance to resist, Imonen sent two more flying at once. Now, only a Bao and old man Wong stood frozen in place. Next, a kick landed squarely on Boss Wong's face. A Bao saw Boss Wong slump to the ground, beaten, and quickly shouted, "You damn brat, if you're so good, don't run. I'm gonna call my big brother." While they carried the fat guy out of the room, the young master said awkwardly, "I never thought that laborer could fight so well. We shouldn't have mocked him like that earlier." The two girls were still frozen for a good 5 seconds. The one lying on the ground should have been Imonen, after all. Imonen gestured for them to leave first. "I still have to stay and wait for those guys to arrive." Lin Wudong was shocked. "What are you trying to prove? They're gone, let's run. Why are we waiting here for them to come back?" Imonen knew this matter couldn't simply be resolved like this. It would cause endless trouble later. Too late. Speak of the devil. Brother Two has arrived. See that hot exhaust pipe? Press your face against it for 10 minutes, and I'll let you off. Imonen was being threatened by Brother Two. But Imonen still had things to do. He didn't have time to waste on them. He threw a punch that sent Brother Two flying, slamming him into the car. "You bastard! You dare hit me?" His face was covered in blood from the pain, and he still couldn't believe anyone dared to hit him. He turned, got into his car, and intended to run over Imonen. "Worst case, I'll run you over and kill you. Then just pay 300,000 or 400,000 yuan. It's done." The car started moving, and everyone thought this kid was definitely going to meet King Yama. But they saw Imonen directly kick and crush the front of the car, completely unharmed. Abao was startled by this sight. Who is this guy, a god or something? Truly an extraordinary person. He stumbled back. Oh my god, he could just kick over a 2-ton car. Just as the car was about to fall into the lake, he stepped on one end to stop it. The car let out a loud creak, looking like it could fall at any moment. Inside the car, Brother Two was scared to death. He yelled, big brother, don't be rash. We can talk this over slowly. Just now, someone seemed to say they wanted to run me over, kill me, then just pay 300,000 or 400,000 yuan and it would be fine." Brother Two broke out in a cold sweat upon hearing this and quickly backed away. Imonen stared at the mention of 300,000 or 400,000 yuan. Brother Two said, "Just now, the car was about to hit you, so I'll offer this money as compensation. Abao, come here and give him the money quick." Abao ran over, pulled out 2 cards, and said, "This is the protection money we collected tonight." Brother Two yelled, "You son of a bitch, stop talking so much and give him the money." He quickly handed the card to Imonen and said, "The password is 6/8." Imonen didn't want to let them off so easily. "With this money, I won't directly kill you. Now, let's see how lucky you are." As soon as he finished speaking, Imonen directly kicked the car, sending it plunging down. Abao yelled for a few people to go down and save Brother Two. The rest, however, charged forward to kill Imonen. Imonen said coldly, "This time, money won't solve anything." Abao said fiercely, "You kill my big brother. Now you think you can run?" Just as they were about to make a move, a luxury car pulled up in front of them. The one who opened the door and stepped out was Brother Xiong of the Yen family. Seeing someone from his own side arrive, Bao became even more presumptuous. Brother Xiong, this brat murdered Brother 2. You must get justice for our brother. Brother Xiong saw them holding knives and swords and snapped. What the hell are you doing? Trying to commit a crime? Bao grinned, just trying to scare him own Nan, not actually make a move. Because he injured many of our brothers, and even pushed Brother 2 into the lake. Brother Xiong asked again, are you Mo Nan? He nodded in confirmation. Brother Xiong turned around and scolded the group. Are you all blind? You dare to lay a hand on Mo Nan. As soon as he finished speaking, a stinging slap landed on Bao's face. Just running a racetrack and causing so much trouble. Now get over there and apologize to Mo Nan. His face flushed red from the slap, and only then did he realize this was someone from the Yin family. Oh, young Master Mo Nan, I deserve to die. I had eyes but failed to recognize Mount Tai. You are a gentleman. Please don't hold this against a petty person like me. Why would Mo Nan care about him? He turned around and asked, you were sent by the Yin family, right? That's right. Last time, you saved the old madam. Today, they told me to come pick you up. I wonder if you're free to come to the Yin family with me? And Mo Nan deliberately made things difficult. I'm free, but I don't know about Brother 2 and his crew. Jin Xiong said, as for Brother 2, we will give you a satisfactory answer. Following the old madam's instructions, Jin Xiong immediately took Mo Nan away. Bao thought to himself, Namo, Amaba Buddha. Luckily, I didn't make a move earlier, otherwise we'd all be dead. This Mo Nan is truly not simple, and to be personally picked up by Jin Xiong. A short while later, they arrived at the Yin family's mansion. Seeing the garden before his eyes, Mo Nan couldn't help but exclaim, this is the dragon estate of the 12 zodiacs. Its architecture was almost listed as a national treasure. Looks like this Yin family is no ordinary force. No wonder a figure like Jin Xiong has to be a subordinate of the Yin family. He was dumbfounded to see this estate had been renovated into a Sihiyuan. Truly, with money, you could do anything you want. When they reached the old madam's sickbed, he noticed many people standing around. Before Mo Nan could speak, a burst of boisterous laughter echoed, grating on the ears. Third master, this snot-nosed kid you brought is an acupuncture master? Ha! The whole group burst into laughter. And Mo Nan was too lazy to even open his eyes and look at these two assholes. He lowered his head, observing the elderly lady lying there, her face pale, her whole body trembling. This looked like a case of poisoning. Next, he observed the expressions on everyone's faces. But he couldn't find anything out of the ordinary. At this moment, Master Jing had also deduced the signs of poisoning. So, Master Jing, can this poison be cured? Don't worry. With me here, any poison can be cured, Except for bachelorhood, I can't help with that. However, my antidotes are all extremely precious. So, price-wise, they're a bit expensive. Old Master Yin thought to himself. This Master Jing seems to be trying to make a quick buck. A brother, holding medicine in hand, took one step forward only to have the medicine box kicked away by Secretary Zhang. She said, you want to save someone? Did you ask for my permission first? Old Master Yin frowned and said, Secretary Zhang, what do you mean by this? Since when did the Yin family become yours to command? Jin Xiong stepped forward, seizing her shoulder. Daring to be so impudent here. You're the first one. No sooner had he finished speaking than he was met with a punch from Secretary Zhang. What the hell? You're not going to reason with me? You're just going to attack directly? Jin Xiong was sent flying, losing control, crashing into the wall, and spitting out a mouthful of blood. His mouth ached terribly, but he still managed to say, this girl isn't Secretary Zhang. Grab her. Jin Xiong's subordinates aimed their guns at the assassin. But this fake Secretary Zhang, with her extraordinary skill, dodged both shots. She took off her glasses, launched something out, and instantly stunned Jin Xiong's two subordinates. Damn, that's truly incredible. At this moment, Master Jing stood up. Oh, a mere little girl dares to be so insolent in front of me. Today, I shall teach you a lesson. Old Master Yin thought to himself. Kid, you're toast. Today, let's see him deal with this little brat. As fierce as a warhorse, he charged forward and bellowed. This must be the Golden Bell Barrier. Master Jing possesses such powerful breath. He truly lives up to his reputation as a master of Qigong. Subsequently, Master Jing moved like air. He incessantly attacked Secretary Zhang's weapon. Secretary Zhang, witnessing his fighting style, found it incredibly boring. With just one Qigong move, you keep circling around, only managing to ruffle my hair. You truly disappoint me. Just looking at you, I don't even feel like fighting anymore. This time, Master Jing snorted. To deal with you, I only need to use my Qigong style, and you'll stop talking trash. If you have the skill, then come and break my Golden Bell Barrier. As soon as Secretary Zhang heard this, she pulled out a silver hairpin from her head. Your pathetic Qigong dares to call itself a Golden Bell Barrier? Watch me break it. The hairpin was flung out. Damn it, shouldn't Master Jing have dodged? It pierced his shoulder, and instantly the silver hairpin deflated like a balloon. I never expected to be defeated today by this accursed hairpin. Oh, stop spouting nonsense. Do you even have the face to say that? This time, Secretary Zhang, seizing the advantage, leaped forward. And then, by chance, their gazes met, revealing a familiar face. She locked eyes with Mo Nan. Mo Nan thought to himself, this Secretary Zhang looks so familiar. I feel like I've seen her somewhere before. At the same time, Secretary Zhang also recognized him as her savior. But the mission was still more important. She couldn't worry about so many other things. She carried a weapon, intended for the elderly lady. Yin Long shouted from beside the bed. How much did your employers pay you to harm the Yin family? You try and say who. I'll give you 10 guesses. Anyway, you don't need to consider that I'll make you pay 10 times over. Secretary Zhang drew out her little leaf-flying dagger. Anyway, she had already offended them. Killing 1 or 2 people makes no difference. Sure enough, the little leaf-flying dagger was incredibly precise. Swoosh, swoosh. It struck Yin Longsheng again. Damn it, why is it always the shoulder? Your aim is terrible, isn't it? This made the bespectacled man clench his fists in fury. What is that brat trying to do? If he interferes now, he'll get everyone killed. Don't you understand? Even his master, Master Jing, agreed with his disciple's approach. You ignorant brat who doesn't know his place. Can't you see what kind of situation this is? Yet you still stand there showing off. Secretary Zhang held the dagger, hesitating, feeling a bit awkward, warning Mo Nan not to get involved in others' business. Old Master Yin watched as Mo Nan, disregarding life and death, charged in to stop them. Thank you, Mo Nan. This person is at least an S-rank assassin. Don't waste your life. Old Master Yin, accept your good intentions. However, Mo Nan showed no fear. He calmly told Secretary Zhang that if she left now, he wouldn't stop her. Before Secretary Zhang could respond, an assassin, covered in blood, burst in. Just barge and making such a racket. Why are you still dawdling? Get to it. Secretary Zhang felt a twinge of caution. This guy didn't seem ordinary. The assassin in sunglasses drew a pistol and scoffed disdainfully. You're getting worse with age, completely lacking ambition. Let's see if he's strong enough to stand up to this pistol. At this moment, Mo Nan picked up a shard of the recently broken mirror from the ground. He picked up the heavenly heart dagger and threw it out. In an instant, it pierced straight into the wrist of the sunglasses-wearing assassin. Now he couldn't even hold the pistol anymore. Damn it, you brat, so young and already resorting to sneak attacks? Where's your honor? Mo Nan paid no attention to the sunglasses-wearing assassin, but instead called out to the people inside. He looked at the two of them and said, this line is your boundary between life and death. If you take half a step over it, I'll take your dog's life. Yin Longsheng, witnessing this scene, couldn't stop exclaiming in admiration. Mr. Mo Nan, your methods are a bit extreme. The ground has all cracked open. Old Master Yin was also stunned, mouth agape. He never expected Brother Mo Nan to possess such an ultimate skill. He clenched his fist, vowing that if Mr. Mo Nan protected the Yin family safely today, he would be handsomely rewarded later. No need for that. With me here, no one can harm my patient. At this moment, Secretary Zhang thought to herself, encountering this brat today, it seems I won't be able to fight him. I can only temporarily put the mission aside and escape for now. I'll deal with it later. She called out to the other assassin and quickly departed from the Yin family. Yin Xingxi heard strange commotions outside the door and asked if there had been an earthquake just now. Yin Xingxi's father said it wasn't an earthquake, just a small incident that Mo Nan had already resolved. Yin Xingxi was still somewhat skeptical and asked, resolved? But just now I saw Secretary Zhang leave with some blood-covered guy. Because Mo Nan had driven away the assassins earlier. Mo Nan then began treating the Grand Madam. Elder Yin cupped his hands in a respectful bow to Mo Nan, saying, with you treating the Grand Madam, my Yin family no longer has anything to worry about. Master Jing, utterly humiliated, immediately left. Yin Xingti's face darkened as she questioned Mo Nan, why did you let them go? What if they come back to attack us again? Mo Nan, while inserting needles, said, why would I need to keep them? You're so skilled, yet you just let them go. It just makes me suspect you're in cahoots with them. Mo Nan chuckled, with my skills, why on earth would I need to team up with them? Truly an inexperienced young lady. Yin Longsheng looked at the cracks on the ground, guessing that this person came from an ancient martial arts family. He stammered, oh no, Xingti just offended him. Quickly, go make amends. Mr. Mo Nan, please don't take a child's words to heart. Xingti, why aren't you apologizing to Mr. Mo Nan right now? If not for Mr. Mo Nan, how could our Yin family have gotten through this crisis? Yin Xingti blushed, only then realizing she had spoken out of turn. Mr. Mo Nan, I spoke recklessly just now. Please forgive me. Seeing such a beautiful and innocent girl, how could I stay angry? Just don't do it again next time. At this moment, the Grand Madam slowly regained consciousness. Xingti rushed forward, saying worriedly, Grandma, you scared me to death. Seeing that the patient had woken up and there was nothing more to worry about, Nan said, I must be going now. Elder Yin said, Mister, please wait a moment. There are a few things I'd like to discuss with you. How about we go into the study to talk? Nan took out his phone, checked it, then agreed, but we only have an hour to talk. Elder Yin, excited, led Nan into the study. He frowned and said, Chingti, are you blind? Hurry up and brew some tea from Mr. Nan. Master Mo, please have some tea. Nan didn't stand on ceremony, picked up the teacup, and drained it in one gulp. Seeing that he didn't understand the art of tea, Chingti muttered, he really is just a rigid martial artist. In the study, Elder Yin asked Nan, did those two assassins today reach the Tribute realm? I wonder if Mr. Mo could discern anything special about them. However, what utterly stunned everyone was Nan asking, what the hell is this Tribute realm? Elder Yin gave an embarrassed laugh. This young fellow, how could he not even know about the Tribute realm? Could it be that reaching a certain cultivation level makes one act so bizarrely? But Elder Yin patiently explained that this was the cultivation level classification for ancient martial arts families. The first realm is where martial artists cultivate their chi meridians and possess dark energy. The second is the hidden meridian, which is akin to dark energy cultivation. The third is the transformation realm, but usually only high-level elders can reach this stage. Nan suddenly understood. So that's the difference between them. These concepts are completely different from what my master taught me back then. But if Secretary Zhang is considered to be in the dark energy realm, then these so-called ancient martial arts families aren't even worth mentioning. At this moment, Elder Yin took out a brocade box. Master Mo, thank you for your selfless help. I have this small token of appreciation. You absolutely must accept it. This wristwatch was a gift from an old comrade in arms back in the day. And this key is for an apartment near your university. I thought it would make things much more convenient for you to get around. Nan didn't refuse. This gift is truly to my liking, Elder Yin. You are too kind. Off to the side, Yin Chingti scowled angrily. This brat, you're truly shameless. That watch is grandfather's most treasured item. Elder Yin saw that Chingti was speaking a bit too harshly and was naturally a little angry. Nan saw that the watch was quite valuable. I, Nan, would also like to express my gratitude. In a while, I'll refine some immortal elixirs, and then I'll gift you a few. Seeing her grandfather thanking Nan, Chingti looked disdainful. Immortal elixirs? Oomph. He calls them immortal elixirs, but they're just tonics. Does our Yin family really lack a few tonics? Nan spoke up. Tonics? Do you even need to refine something like that? Anyway, enough talk. It's time for me to go. Goodbye. Master Mo, I'm truly sorry. Chingti is still young and doesn't understand things. I will teach her properly. Someone, see Mr. Nan off for me. Nan didn't say a word the whole way. As soon as he got out of the car, he saw the lights on in his house. Could a brazen thief have broken into my house? He said something was wrong. Looks like there's a burglar. Opening the door, he saw Lin Yudong's group of friends. What are you all doing here? Blasting music this loud in the middle of the night? Aren't you worried about disturbing the neighbors? Seeing Nan had returned, Lin Yudong walked over to greet him. However, Nan didn't respond to her. He walked straight to the power outlet and pulled the plug. The room suddenly became eerily silent, making the group turn pale. What the hell? Who turned off the music? Turn it back on now. Oh look, the errand boy's back, huh? Ha ha ha. Wait, no. So Nan's back, huh? Nan was purple with rage. Why are you all gathered in my house? Yudong's voice came from behind. We were worried about you, so we stayed here at your place, waiting for you to come back. You don't have to thank us, but you just come home and blow up like that? You're so heartless. The dandy boy chimed in. Isn't it fine? Can't you fight? Can you beat those special combatants? If I weren't here for Yudong's sake, who'd bother coming to your dilapidated shack? Nan looked at the sofa, covered in spilled alcohol, and the floor, littered with cigarette butts. If this were your house, would you still be happy? Get out of my house now. My house doesn't welcome your kind. Get lost. Not bad, huh? You took down 2 guys, and now your head's in the clouds? You think you're hot stuff, don't you? At this moment, Lin Yudong suddenly spoke up. Nan, you should remember this is my house. When it comes to welcoming, we are the ones who don't welcome you. If you hadn't mentioned it, I would have forgotten that I stayed at Aunt Exine's house back in high school. Today is just the right opportunity to move out. He pulled out his luggage, holding the key between 2 fingers as he handed it to Lin Yudong. Here, this is your house key. Looks like I might have said too much. Lin Yudong shouted from behind. It's the middle of the night. Where do you expect to go? He didn't even bother to turn his head to answer her. My business is none of yours. Hith. None of my business, huh? This girl doesn't truly care about Nan himself. She's just afraid Aunt Exine will ask about it and think I kicked him out in the middle of the night. Chong didn't wait for her, switching to a gentler tone. What kind of man is so petty? We stayed here waiting for you because we consider you a friend. You want to be friends with me, Nan? I'd be too scared to even try. Just as he pushed the door open and walked out, a voice called out, "Stop right there." This time, Nin turned his head to look, and it was Xiao San's voice. Nin turned his head, seeing it was Xiao San, and asked, "Is there something else?" "Yes, of course there is. It's about you beating up Brother Bao at the racetrack." As soon as Nan heard that, he said, "If you're going to thank me, don't bother." However, just then, Xiao San was enraged. "Are you crazy? Why would I thank you? It's clear you know martial arts, so why didn't you act from the start? Look how they beat my brother Black and Blue. And you caused such a scene that everyone had to leave in a hurry, unable to take anything. If you didn't want to help us, fine, but you're still at fault. If you don't apologize, you're not going anywhere today." Hearing this crazy woman's endless nonsense, Nan chuckled. "So it's my fault then, huh?" His face darkened. "If I hear another word of nonsense from you, I'll slap you in the mouth. If you question me again, space itself will instantly stop." Seeing the fight about to break out, Lin Yudong flew into a rage. "You guys stop it. Theta Euro S enough. Something bad is going to happen if you keep this up." Nin pulled open the door, warned, "Don't mess with me again," then just left. Lin Yudong chased him to the door, but not even his shadow was left. Pouts indignantly. "I just said something offhand. Why is he so angry? He Euro SA guy. Yet he can Euro T be a little more open-minded?" The next day, as usual, I waited for the bus, ready to head to school. As Nin stepped onto the bus, he heard someone call his name. He turned his head and saw his beautiful homeroom teacher. His vibrant, beautiful teacher praised him. "Nan, you're already on your way to school so early." She couldn't help but gush. "Nan, you truly are a good student." "Yes, a good student." Just as Nan was about to greet her back, the bus suddenly slammed on its brakes. His beautiful teacher let out a yelp and tumbled right into Nan Euro's muscular arms. Whoa, that feeling just now, or I Euro am totally frozen. His homeroom teacher Euro's face turned scarlet with embarrassment. She couldn't Euro T bring herself to look at Nan directly. "I Euro, I'm really sorry. I wasn't Euro T standing steadily just now." Nan, still smiling, found her seat. "You can sit here. I Euro LL go stand in the back." Standing in the back, Nan noticed a guy wearing a baseball cap. He suspected the guy was a pickpocket because his hand was inching towards his homeroom teacher's bag. Fortunately, his homeroom teacher seemed to have detected his suspicious movements. She swiftly pulled her bag closer to the front. She noticed. Good. She Euro's vigilant. Failing to get the bag, the cap-wearing guy cursed under his breath, then shifted his target to a chubby girl who was dozing off. Then, his homeroom teacher stood up and tapped the girl on the shoulder. "Excuse me, ma'am, don't a Euro T fall asleep. Watch your bag, there might be a pickpocket." The teacher Euro's warning to the chubby woman about the thief made the thief furious. "Damn hag, mind your own business." The chubby woman pointed directly at the thief. "What a Euro's in your hand? Show everyone. Are you trying to steal money?" The thief flinched, quickly hiding his hand behind his back. "What I Euro am holding is none of your damn business." Just then, his homeroom teacher stepped forward again, pointing at the thief and urging everyone to be careful, not to let him steal anything else. Faced with the passenger's encirclement, the thief gritted his teeth, desperate to find a way out. The driver turned his head and yelled at the thief, "You dare to steal on my bus? I'll drive this bus straight to the police station and let you rot in jail." Hearing police station, the thief flew into a rage and pulled out a fruit knife. Who just said anything about calling the cops? Who was it? In that instant, everyone on the bus, confronted by the thief's knife, fell completely silent. Not a soul dared to utter another word. Seeing everyone terrified, the thief grew even more arrogant. Only the chubby woman continued to curse at him. "You old hag, I'm taking your purse today. Let's see what you can do about it." Smugly, he aimed the knife at the driver, demanding, "Stop the bus and open the door. I Euro am getting off. Unless you want to die, stop the damn bus and open up." However, his beautiful homeroom teacher stood right in front of the bus door, blocking his escape. "You'd better hand over that wallet, or I Euro am calling the police." The thief completely lost his mind, seeing someone dare to stand in his way. "Trying to play hero, are we? Then go die." He slashed the knife straight across his homeroom teacher's face. Seizing the opportunity, he jumped off the bus and ran. But how could Nan just let him get away like that? "You absolute trash." He leaped off the bus and gave chase. Just thinking about that bastard slashing his homeroom teacher's face, Nan, radiating killing intent, kicked a stone. The stone struck the thiefy Euro's leg. That leg might be crippled for good. And just then he stepped right into a pile of dog poop. At the very same moment, a car came speeding around the corner. Then thump, he went flying several meters. The woman driving the car got out, glaring at the bastard. Nan picked up the thief's bag, not caring whether the scumbag lived or died. "If you hadn't Euro T pulled out that knife earlier, I might have Euro V let you off." Meanwhile, the chubby woman on the bus was raising hell. It turned out, while Nan was busy retrieving her purse, He heard the chubby woman refusing to take responsibility for taking his homeroom teacher to the hospital. Take her to the hospital? You want me to pay for her hospital bills and medicine? Huh. Isn't it her own fault for flapping her mouth? If my purse got stolen, that's my business. Who told her to stick her nose in it? My face darkened. Damn, this old hag is truly despicable. The passengers by the door looked at Emonan. The young man's back. He got the purse. The chubby woman immediately snatched her purse from Emonan's hand. Not even a single word of thanks. Emonan didn't bother arguing with her. He sat down to check the wound on his teacher's face. To his surprise, the chubby woman opened her purse and shrieked at him. Hey kid, why is 1,000 yuan missing from my money? She even grabbed Emonan's collar and snarled. My purse had 1,300 yuan. Why are there only 300 left now? You still expect me to thank you? I think you're even worse than that thief. At that moment, Emonan couldn't take it anymore. He slapped the woman squarely across the face. You despicable hag. You punk. You stole my money and you dare hit me. Do you even know who I am? At this photo, the woman Euro's face turned ghastly pale. Another slap. Stop your incessant nagging. The woman's face, now resembling a bloated frog, began to wail loudly. You uncivilized brat. Oh, help me someone. This kid stole my money and hit me. Hero's utterly disrespectful. This old hag is making my head explode. Emonan kicked her while snarling. Shut your mouth right now. The woman flew off the bus and lay there, still wailing. This is outrageous. How utterly insolent. He stole my money and hit me. Someone, please help me. Furious, Emonan leaped off the bus. If you utter another word, LL, make sure you end up just like that thief. Everyone who heard him gasped. Holy cow, this kid is anything but ordinary. At that moment, Emonan turned his head to look at his homeroom teacher. Likely due to the wound on her face, his homeroom teacher had covered it up. Before his teacher could even protest, Emonan scooped her up. I am taking you to the hospital. His homeroom teacher Euro's mouth hung open, utterly speechless. This kid he seems less like my student and more like my guardian angel. At the hospital, he watched as doctors took his teacher into a ward. Even if that wound heals, it's bound to leave a scar. Emonan left the hospital, determined to find a way to restore his teacher's beauty to its former glory. He arrived at a traditional Chinese medicine shop. Emonan pulled out a piece of paper and handed it to the shopkeeper. Excuse me, sir. Could you please help me get these ingredients from the list? The apothecary looked over the prescription, his eyes widening. What in the world is this bizarre prescription? Kid, are you messing with me? I don't recognize a single one of these names you've written down. He lifted his glasses and peered closer at the paper. All right, 2 of these ingredients we have. As for the others, don't even get me started. I've never even heard of them before. Emonan's face fell. What did you say? You don't have the ingredients I'm looking for. The shopkeeper confidently stated, It's not just my shop, young man. You'd be hard-pressed to find these at any other apothecary, either. My hometown is known for its many medicinal herbs, but what you've written here, it just looks like gibberish to me. Just go, you making a scene? Emonan chuckled. Just because you haven't seen them doesn't mean they don't exist, old man. How about this? Let me go into your dispensary now. I'll look for the herbs I need. Don't worry about the price. You can name your figure. The shopkeeper grew furious. Do you take my traditional Chinese medicine shop for a vegetable market? If every customer just came in and rummaged through my shelves like that, do you think I'd still be in business? Actually, I also understand TCM, but the herbs I'm used to are a bit different from what you have here. I can tell the use of a medicine just by smelling it. If you don't believe me, try me. The shopkeeper pulled out a jar. All right then, sniff this jar. If you can identify its properties, I'll let you search the dispensary. Emonan took the jar, sniffed it once, and immediately said, This jar contains 16 types of herbs used for pain relief and anti-inflammation. The shopkeeper pushed his glasses down. Holy smokes, are you psychic? Your nose is incredibly keen. Were you born into a TCM family? What's your name? Emonan turned to the shopkeeper and said, You could say that. My name is Emonan. Time is critical, so I really need to find him now. As Emonan was searching for the herbs, the shopkeeper told him, Actually, I have a small herb garden out back. You can go take a look and see if you find what you need there. Emonan secretly rejoiced. Please take me to see. Following the shopkeeper to the backyard, a vast herb garden unfolded before Emonan's eyes. Only on this plot of land, there are over 200 types of herbs, and so many different varieties are grown. He quickly glanced towards a corner. You've practically cultivated an entire world here, old man. Your medicine selection must be incredibly rich. The shopkeeper looked at Emonan smugly. Is this enough for you? This is more than enough, but I'll need to borrow your herbal brewing pot for a bit. Watching Emonan busily decocting the herbs. I thought this kid just knew how to identify herbs, the shopkeeper mused. Who knew this youngster could also decoct and refine medicine so skillfully? Noticing the shopkeeper's unwavering gaze, Emonan turned his head and told the shopkeeper, This medicine takes a long time to decoct. If you have other things to do, please go ahead. Don't worry about me. The shopkeeper waved it off. It's fine. I'm just curious to see how you control the heat. The future of traditional Chinese medicine surely has hope now. Emonen emerged from the backyard and asked the shopkeeper, "How much do I owe you, sir?" To his surprise, the shopkeeper wouldn't accept any payment. Despite the awkwardness, Emonen couldn't just leave with the medicine without doing something. "Since we've crossed paths in such a way, I'd like to gift you this jar of medicine. This particular remedy is highly effective for treating scars." Rushing back to the hospital entrance, he ran into Lin Yutong. "Emonen, you finally showed your face. I was about to call the police." Emonen frowned. "Why are you here?" "I'm here with my mom, obviously. You really are something else. Just for a petty squabble, you abandon home and skip school. Are you trying to use this as an excuse to make my mom feel sorry for you?" "I don't have time to waste on you right now. I have something important to do at the hospital today. Please move." Lin Yutong stepped forward, blocking his path. "I'm not misunderstanding anything. And frankly, I don't care what business you have here. Now, before my mom finds out you've run away, you'd better get back home, or you'll really regret it." Emonen calmly stated, "I've already found an apartment near school. I won't be going back there to see your face. You're looking for a room? A poor nobody like you? You're lucky you're not living under a bridge. Refusing to live in a nice home. I swear, you're as stubborn as a mule." Emonen didn't want to waste any more words with her, so he sidestepped past, intent on visiting Teacher In. To his surprise, she blocked him again. "You can't go in. Principal Tan is talking to Teacher In right now. Teacher In is about to leave the school." Hearing Lin Yutong say that, Emonen was taken aback. "What? Teacher In is leaving the school?" Emonen pushed the door open and walked straight in, drawing the attention of the school leaders inside. Principal Tan said, "Emonen, why didn't you knock? Why did you just barge in like that? I heard Teacher In was resigning, so I rushed in." "My apologies, sir. The principal is reprimanding you. No matter how urgent, you can't just barge in, understand? Adults are talking. Get out now." "How rude. Polite." Emonen's voice dripped with anger. Patients need rest. As a teacher, don't you know that basic fact? If you want to discuss anything, wait until Teacher In is discharged. Then you can talk. Principal Tan saw that Emonen was quite agitated. "Don't be so disrespectful. We're here to persuade Teacher In to return to school." Hearing this, Emonen felt a wave of relief. Emonen reassured them, telling them to leave this matter to him. Within 3 days, Teacher In will definitely be back at school. Which do you think is more important? A beautiful face or an innocent soul? It was right after Emonen had seen Principal Tan off and returned. Teacher In sat on the bed, her eyes glistening with tears. "Emonen, you don't need to try and convince me. I know my face is ruined. Going back to school would only scare the students. Besides, even talking right now is painful. So many stitches, it's going to leave scars. I'll be hideous. I won't dare look in a mirror or meet my friends and family." After a moment, she couldn't hold it in any longer and burst into tears. "Teacher In, don't worry. I will help you remove this scar." Teacher In asked, "Are you planning on cosmetic surgery?" "I understand what you mean. I considered that too, once the wound heals." Before Teacher In could finish, Emonen pulled a small box of medicine from his bag. "Cosmetic surgery? How could that compare to my medicine? Take this and see for yourself how effective it is. This medicine won't just heal the wound quickly. The scar will completely disappear as if nothing ever happened." Teacher In looked sad. "You're not just comforting me, are you? Why would I lie to you, Teacher In? Just apply the medicine diligently, and I guarantee your skin will recover exactly as it was before. I believe you, but you have to help me apply it." For such a good cause, Emonen naturally agreed to help. He gently removed the gauze from Teacher In's face. "It's really ugly, isn't it? I can't bear to look at myself anymore." Emonen gently wiped her face and comforted her. "Why would it be ugly? After applying this medicine, your beautiful face will be back in no time." After applying the medicine, he gently soothed her to sleep. "Rest easy," Teacher and Emonen thought. "When you wake up, you'll see the medicine's power." Emonen sat outside, waiting for her to wake up. Suddenly, a loud shout echoed from the room. He was about to rush in to see what was wrong, when Teacher In pushed the door open and stepped out, repeatedly exclaiming, "It's incredible. It's truly incredible. What's wrong, missin'? You've completely recovered. Your face is totally healed. Thank you so much, really. I'll go back to school right away." However, just as Missin finished rejoicing, her whole body started trembling. She clutched her lower abdomen, looking extremely pained. Emonen awkwardly asked, "Do you get this lower abdominal pain every month?" Missin suspiciously asked, "How do you even know about gynecology? And I guess you also know how to treat it, right?" Emonen awkwardly cleared his throat. "Ahem, ahem. Your abdominal pain is due to obstructed qi and blood flow. Although I can treat it, this method involves close physical contact, which is considered improper between a man and a woman. At this moment, Missen, lying on the bed, urged Imonan, "Come here, quickly." Imonan awkwardly cleared his throat twice and said, "All right, I'll start then. Just do it, don't worry about it." So, as soon as Imonan's hand pressed down, Missen let out a soft moan. Missen's face flushed crimson with embarrassment, and she secretly cursed this kid. His hand was placed exactly right. Though it made one embarrassed, it was truly comfortable. Afterwards, Missen's screams echoed throughout the entire hospital. The next morning, a taxi pulled up to the school gate. The person who stepped out was none other than Missen. She stretched with a very joyful expression. "I'm back at school. This is great." The students, seeing Missen's back, exclaimed, "Our goddess is back." "What do you mean?" Missen's face was disfigured. "Those were just baseless rumors. I think she looks even more beautiful than before." Of course, Missen is the most beautiful woman in all of Thuan Duk. But who's that man walking next to her? Why did he get out of the car and walk so intimately with her? Imonan, seeing the familiar school before his eyes, felt deeply moved. "Imonan, what are you spacing out for? Come on, let's go in. What are you hesitating for?" "I'm just a little emotional. You just recovered from your illness, so it's better to walk a little slower." Hearing him say that, Missen recalled a few things. Her stomach really didn't hurt anymore. But the spot where you put your hand, are you sure you weren't taking advantage of me? Suddenly, someone called out, "Wuxin, it's really you, you're back." A tall, handsome young man approached and greeted Missen. Imonan saw the newcomer and vaguely remembered his name was Panchong. In his previous life, he had pursued Wuxin. Although their relationship wasn't officially defined, they were very close. He heard that when she was in trouble and had to be hospitalized yesterday, Missen didn't even want to borrow 100 yuan from Panchong. No wonder she wasn't happy at all. "Wuxin, your face is fine. That's wonderful. Tonight, I'll treat you to a celebratory dinner." But Missen didn't hesitate and refused him immediately. "Mr. Pan, in a professional setting, I expect you to call me Missen. My personal name, Wuxin, is not for just anyone to use so casually." After saying that, she turned and stormed off angrily. Watching their backs as they walked away, Panchong gritted his teeth and cursed, "Do you really need to walk so close to that poor, shabby student? Sooner or later, I'll have you, just you wait." Arriving in the classroom, Imonan was lost in thought. Su, sitting beside him, asked, "Are you all right? Are you still thinking about Lin Yutong?" Imonan then uttered a few words emotionlessly. "She and I are no longer involved." Just a simple sentence like that, and Su felt a strong surge of emotion welling up inside her. Her cheeks naturally flushed crimson. No, I need to properly review my studies so I can get into a good school. Romantic relationships are not to be idly fantasized about. Su calmed herself down, then suddenly remembered something she needed to announce. She walked up to the podium and began to speak. "Everyone, don't leave just yet. Our school has announced that in a few days, we'll be holding a coming-of-age ceremony for all 12th grade students." Hearing this news, all the students cheered, especially the boys. Su yelled, "Everyone, quiet down and let me finish. Our class's performance has been decided, but we're still missing props. I need a few boys to come with me to the old classroom to pick up some things." Hearing this, all the boys who had just been cheering suddenly sat down as meek as lambs. "The old building? That's a haunted house. I'm not going. Even if I have to clean the bathrooms, I'm still not going. That's too scary." Quite a few other students also started whispering amongst themselves, "A haunted house, you say? That place has been abandoned for a long time. It's usually just used to store discarded items. But sometimes you can hear crying sounds coming from there in the middle of the night." Su, hearing the students chatter and seeing that no one wanted to go, felt a little disheartened. Helplessly, she said, "So, is anyone willing to come with me?" Yet, the entire class fell silent. No one volunteered to go. Sure enough, it was Imonan who broke the awkward silence. "Class monitor, I'll go with you." The devil in Su revealed itself. Don't think that just because someone volunteered, you all can escape. Not a single one of you will get away. At this moment, a group of people entered the old building, their faces filled with worry. Su was perplexed, wondering why she still didn't hear any crying sounds. Imonan's attitude remained calm and unconcerned, as he fundamentally saw no resentful spirits present. He even blurted out that the heavens and earth possess righteous energy, leaving no room for demons or monsters. "Are you really that scared? Are you just bragging to cover up your fear?" Suddenly, a buzzing sound from above startled everyone. How can such a gloomy building have so many yellow wasps? Meanwhile, Imonan wondered why there were so many yellow wasps. Su chuckled at him for being so wide-eyed and surprised by something so simple. "They've always been here, you know. It's been like this for many years. I heard the school left this building vacant to protect these beneficial creatures." "You're thinking too simply. These aren't ordinary yellow wasps. They're corpse wasps." Because Imonan suddenly remembered that his younger sister had once attended junior high school here. Unfortunately, a group of people were stung a few times, fell unconscious, and nearly died. Harmful creatures like these, when they encounter me, Nan, must have their dangers completely eradicated. Susu stared blankly, hearing him say that. Before she could even react, Nan had already rushed over. Where are you going? Come back here quickly. Those yellow wasps sting people. When Nan reached the spot, the entire swarm of wasps had gathered. Before Nan could react, the whole swarm engulfed his entire body. Susu had never witnessed such a terrifying sight before. Frightened, she called out Nan's name. In her heart, she thought this was a disaster from which there would be no return. Although this girl was tense and terrified, she still maintained her rationality. She pulled out her phone to call the police. At this point, only the police could help him. However, at that moment, Nan said, "You don't need to call the police. I'm fine. Step back a little." "What? Nan, you're still alive? Then get out of there, quickly." Nan was simply circulating his chi. The corpse wasps clinging to him instantly dissipated into thin air. All these harmful insects had to die. They lay flattened on the ground. But Susu still hadn't fully recovered from her earlier fright. Anxiously, she asked Nan, "Are you really okay?" He was cultivating a golden queen wasp. He thought the reason might be the golden queen wasp in his hand. Susu reached out and touched Nan's face, showing her concern for him. Her eyes welled up with tears. "Are you hurt? Why don't I see any wounds?" Nan gave an embarrassed laugh and said, "Actually, I just applied some insect repellent, so all the yellow wasps dropped dead when they smelled it." This flimsy excuse was so unbelievable even to himself. While no one was paying attention, Nan quickly slipped the golden queen wasp into his pants pocket. Hearing Susu's screams from the building, the security guards rushed over. "What's going on? Who got stung by a wasp?" But Nan told everyone to calm down. "We're okay. Nobody got burned. We even killed him already." The leader who oversees this place said.